All right, so now that we've got our frame unpacked, we've got some of our hardware laid out, it's time to start taking a look at the next process here. For me, the next thing that I do, you'll notice that these aluminum tracks did not come already pre-mounted to my frame. What I want to do as an installer makes things a heck of a lot easier for me if I actually go ahead and I mount these tracks right now. I'm going to remove them, but this way when I go to install it in my window over my slider, I already have holes there, and it makes this process go a lot more smoothly, especially while it's right here. So what you want to do is we want to take and measure in from the end of our top frame 1 1/8 inches. And we want to make a mark right there. That's going to give us the location of the end of our frame. So we'll do the same thing over here on this side. Measure in 1 1/8 inches. So the reason that we want 1 1/8 inches in from either end is that's where the butt and the pass from our frame come together. So that leaves us 1 inch. It gets the track right in place for when we go to install our side frames. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all of our number 2 1-inch track installation screws and go ahead and orient these tracks in, get them in position. The one thing I also do from here is I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to mark right and left, front and back. That way, when I'm ready to move these tracks into the opening and actually install them into my header, I can see which one's the front and the back because these holes are not identical. So on this one, I'm going to put an F in here for the front. I'm going to put a B in here for the back. And then this would be my left side. So I'll do left on both of these and right. That way, when I go to put them up into the opening, there's no question where they go. All right, so from here it's pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and start putting these screws in. Great, so now we can just take them all back out again. So the reason that I like to use the screws instead of just kind of drilling out some new holes, when I go to put these in, when I put the tracks in with a lot of the carrier and hardware, it just makes it go so much easier. So trust me on that one. Even though it takes a few minutes to pull this off, I think you'll be happy that you did. The next thing we want to do is go ahead and mount our support brackets. So the Palm Beach system has a series of support brackets. I'm actually going to take and measure out, on a system of this size, that's 77 inches. So, we'll call it right around 38.5 will be kind of center. I want to put one bracket here and then space them out no more than 3 feet apart. So I can also use the same screws that I used for the track installation, and we can go ahead and start to mark and mount these. Now I want you to notice something here. When I pull this up and you can see these 2 lines in the Palm Beach track, our screws have to go in to one of these lines. The lines correspond to a screw port. If I put a screw down through something that doesn't have any support in it, now it's really done us no good whatsoever. So Palm Beach is designed where wherever you see one of these lines, it corresponds with a screw channel. And that's where the screw really has all of its bite. So we'll grab our brackets here, kind of get it into place, and somewhere right around there, and we'll start with the front. And we'll make sure that we use 4 screws no matter what per bracket. And we only are going to install these screws into the screw ports. There's a lot of extra holes in these brackets, so make sure you don't use the wrong ones. All right, so that's one. Let's move on. It's really important if you get this hardware and you're like, God, I don't know what to do with it. make sure that of all the things you do on this installation, this is one of the most important pieces. We like to put these brackets on first in case there's not enough ceiling room above for me to be able to get these screws attached. We just do it now. That way when we hoist it up there, we can easily get to the screws that are going to attach it right to the wall. So one of the unique items that comes with the Palm Beach track system are these track spacers. These track spacers are going to help me fill in the gap right here where I'm going to be putting my installation screws. So we're going to use our regular 2-inch installation screw, but before we do that, we need to make sure that we put these track spacers in place, just like so. And we've actually got some pre-drilled holes up here so we know exactly where these screws go. So again, I want to just make sure that this spacer doesn't move on me. So I'll keep my fingers in there. By having these spacers in here, I haven't collapsed the frame right in here, so everything should work out just fine. All right, so let's repeat on the other side.